Hi Potassium, welcome back. And if you're here, it must mean that you went ahead and read Each Kindness with me. If you haven't, go ahead and pause this video, go ahead and give this a watch and come and join us when you're done, okay? Because I think it's very important that we give this a listen so we can kind of get our ideas going. But before we begin with the little project that I have in mind, I wanted to talk a little bit about this and kind of what it meant for me, right? And so, particularly in this time that we're living in, of fear and panic, I think it's very common for people to forget the little acts of kindness that we're capable of, right? And so, and like the book said, any act of kindness matters. No matter, the example they give is throwing a rock into a pond. And the truth is, no matter how big or small the rock or pebble might be, the moment you go ahead and throw it into a pond or lake or just a pool of water, it's going to make those little waves that we see. And if you kind of want to see that, you can go ahead and fill something with water, like a big pot, or just make a little puddle outside with the help of your parents and just throw a little pebble in and then throw a big pebble in. Yes, the bigger pebble or the bigger rock might have a splash and kind of bigger waves, but even the little pebble, the waves keep going and going and going, right? And so that's how kindness really works. Any act of kindness, what it does is it motivates other people to be kind too. And so the story, it presents this in a way that it kind of shows us where we can miss those kindness opportunities and kind of the effect they can have on a person. For example, the character here, Chloe, her and her friends weren't so kind to a new student in class for very superficial reasons. And that means for reasons that the little girl didn't control, right? Her clothes might have been a hand-me-down from an older sister or from, like it's at a secondhand store. And we've talked about this before, that it really shouldn't matter the things that we have. It matters kind of the type of person that we're, the type of people that we are, in community we can build together. And so what I thought, or what I can do here, is kind of just spread a little bit of joy. So what I'm going to do, and you're welcome to join me in doing the same thing or doing something completely different, it's up to you, but I have a really cool rock right here. It's pretty big, pretty heavy, and it has a nice triangular shape, which means it can sit flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write a nice message on it here. I'm going to write "You are loved" on it. I have some paint right here, right? I have a couple of brushes to help me with that. And of course I have some water to go ahead and rinse my brushes as I use them, and a little, like a napkin or two to dab the brush so I don't mix up my colors. So I'm gonna write that little message here, and all around it as best I can, I'm just gonna draw little pretty things, paint little pretty things, maybe some flowers, a little butterflies, hearts, stars, whatever it might be. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put this somewhere where plenty of people can see it, right? And I know right now we're supposed to be staying inside, and of course, please listen to your parents and be safe, but we can take a few precautions and kind of just venture out a little bit and put it somewhere where it might help somebody, right? So what I'm going to do is, because in my neighborhood it's pretty safe and a lot of people like to walk in the neighborhood, I am going to go ahead and put this in front of my tree in the front yard. That way, if somebody's walking it and they see the message "You are loved," then it might make them feel good, and it might motivate them to kind of do a similar gesture, a similar action, right? So let me go ahead and get started. Let's see, since it's a pretty dark rock, I think I'm going to write my message in yellow. Let's see how it looks, okay? You are loved. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and decorate it. And if you're decorating along with me, again, just feel free to pause this, gather your materials, and go ahead and catch up to me and work with me. All right, you are loved. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if, hopefully I'll make it fit. It's hard writing with a brush. You have to use the flat edge, but I think I can make it work. Right, let's get a very small brush, like this one with a very small tip, to make the O in you. And as we're doing this, you're welcome to also think about maybe some of the chances you've had to be kind and you might have missed and you wish you could take back, or some opportunities of kindness you know are coming up where you can take action and do something kind for somebody. So I'm working here. Hopefully it'll dry nice and clear so everyone can see it. I have you so far. All right. Very cool. And again, you don't have to use a rock like this. It could be really anything you can think of. It's not the rock that matters, it's the action that matters. You could kind of help your parents with groceries, maybe help a neighbor, write a letter to someone, a kind letter to a friend. Any of those types of things are very kind actions that can motivate other people to be kind too. I'm having trouble with my A over here. And when you're writing with paint, you have to be extra careful not to make your letters too big or bold. So I'm just taking it nice and slow. And remember, right, we never rush artwork. We take our time, we put in our best effort, and we finish when we finish. Because it's not a race. Right? Kindness is not a race. It's an act. It's a gesture. All right. You are, and I think I have enough room there for loved. We'll see. I might have to write it a little bit smaller. But either way, the message will be clear. All right, I'm writing loved now. I have the L. I have the O. L-O. Now I need, I think, V-E-D. Luckily the V is very easy to write. And then once I'm done and it's dry, I'll show you where I put it on my tree so you can see it. All right, the last letter, the D. And because I'm very excited about this, what do you think I can put in the end to show that I'm very excited and happy about this? Yeah, an exclamation mark. Good job remembering. Let me make sure that dot in my exclamation mark is really cool, really good there. All right. There we go. You are loved. Now I'm going to rinse my brush. I have my cup here. Again, be careful not to tip over the glass, tap the side, and now I use my napkin to dry it up so I can get another color. Let me draw, let's do a red little heart right above it. I'm gonna make the outline first, and then I'm gonna fill it in. And I was never that good at making hearts, but I think it will come out nice. You guys have always been really good at drawing hearts too. To fill it in. Very nice, very nice. There we go. I gotta fill in the heart a little bit more, make it more red. And then maybe next to it I'll draw, let's see, what do you guys think I should do? I'll do a little yellow flower. There we go, there's my little heart. Actually, let's save the flowers for the back side. There's already plenty of yellow here. Let me draw a little star. I'm gonna use a little bit of orange. Let's see. All right. It's a lot trickier to paint on rock than I thought it would be. I think it's turning out fine, but we'll wait till it's dry. Second, almost done with the star. There we go. Very neat. Now I'm gonna go ahead and work on the back side here. I think I'm gonna draw. I think I have plenty of room here to draw some flowers. So I'm gonna start with the flower first, and then I'm gonna add the stem underneath. So I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow in the middle. Just a couple. I'm gonna draw 3 flowers. And that's gonna be the center of each flower, and each flower is gonna be a different color. Nice bright yellow center. And again, if you're decorating a rock like I am, you can just draw anything you like. It could be just happy faces. You could draw little animals if you can, butterflies, little bees, whatever you like, just the sun, anything cute. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let's see the first one. Let's make a nice pretty red flower too, like her heart. Let me dry my brush. I'm gonna make this one red. And because the paint is wet, I have to be really careful not to mix my colors, so that I'm gonna have a little bit of space between each color. But I think that still look nice. I'm gonna set it down because I'm actually touching some of the work in the back. I need to redo it, but that's okay. Let me sit up here so you can see me. Let me fill in my heart over here. Oh man, I smudged it, smooshed it. That's okay. You can still kind of see it, right? Yeah, perfect. And now on the back here, I have my first little flower. Now the next one I'm gonna use, shall we try a purple flower? Let's see if it comes out in this dark colored rock, but let's give it a try. Oh, it's very dark all around. But you know what? Sometimes flowers are very dark like that and they're still very pretty too. Let's see. I'll show you that one now too. Aha! How neat. And then I'll do the stems last. That last one, let's do it's an orange flower. Try my brush. Orange. Perfect. There we go. Oh, those are looking very cute. How do you like that? Very nice. Now let me just finish up here with my little stems. And the stem is just gonna be like the little branch, nice and green, trailing all the way down. I'm gonna add a few little leaves there just to make it look realistic. Let me show you guys. I think they're coming out really cool. Haha, very nice. And then maybe on the side here, maybe we'll just draw a little sun over here. Go back to my yellow. I'm gonna do a little sun. Very cool, very cool. I'm almost done, guys. And again, you can just keep decorating it, add more and more stuff. If you have a bigger rock, or if you're doing like an artwork on a paper or cardboard, you can keep going. I'm just gonna make it a little happy face as best I can. There we go. A little smiling sun. A little silly, but I think we'll be okay. All right, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and in a few moments I'm gonna go ahead and take it outside and put it down. But before I wrap it up here, you might think, you know, what is something like this, a little rock or a little message, a letter, whatever you choose to do, how does that really matter? But at the end of the day, it's people are looking for this type of kindness. For example, I was talking to Miss Cavita about this, and she was telling me that someone in her neighborhood put out some kind of message, either like on a rock like this, or just like some kind of gesture, and her neighbors really liked it, right? And what that's doing is it's planting a seed of kindness inside everybody's heart. And so then they're gonna go out into the world to eventually, or just when they talk to each other, or when they think about doing something, they're going to have deep down in their hearts that wanting to do something nice for others, to be helpful, right? Because we're all in a community. And so I really would like you guys to participate. Again, it doesn't have to be a rock like mine is. It could just be anything nice. A simple picture meant for someone, a nice message for someone. Whatever you do, please take a picture of it and send it to me. I love when you guys participate in our activities. That way we can also share it with the rest of your classmates on Parent Square. That's it for right now. I'm gonna go after this, that you'll see the picture of the little rock in the front yard. But otherwise, thank you guys for joining me. I had a lot of fun today. See you guys next time.